even worry about it. I'll make it quick for you. It's my tail. You see, it's gone all gammy, so it's really not a problem. You just have to send me back to the aquarium, okay?
GAMMY tail. I've never heard of this one. Can you describe to me what that is?
It's gone gammy, and it's sort of like if you had a tail that worked, it doesn't.
Have you ever felt so sad, so alone that you just want to give up? Well, guess what? I have. You're not alone. Luckily for you and me, oh, there's a place where we can be absolutely free. And guess what? It's not that bad. This place of dreams. So join us and we will take you there on a carpet ride that's full of wonder with Dr. Fitzpatrick Therapy Talk Show of Dreams.
I guess we should probably do something about that. But, you know, we got all these puppets coming in. I'm not concerned about dirt in the oven. It's neither here nor there. Hello, folks, and welcome in to Dr. Fitzpatrick. It's so lovely to be seeing you again. I have a confession to make. I got a little distracted with my feelings, which I think is fine. But I was not able to make the little announcement that here at the Dr. Fitzpatrick Therapy Talk Show, we are on our 4th season, which I think is kind of cool, maybe deserving of applause. That's cool. Thank you. Very cool. Today is episode 3 of season 4, which is very exciting, and it's wonderful to be seeing you all joining us from home and everyone joining us here. It's a lovely time, and I'm very excited to meet our next puppet. We're all dealing with things, and so the ability to come into here into sort of a non-judgmental environment, somewhere where we can just kind of talk about stuff, is really helpful, I find. But before we get started, I always like to just start off with a little thing I've been thinking about, and today that thing is this. When you think you're at the end of something, you're really at the beginning of something else, which sounds basic, but puts a extra little sense of meaning in there when you realize that it was Fred Rogers who said that. And I think it's pretty obvious what he meant by that, which is that loss can be taken in all sorts of different ways. And whether that means, you know, you are disappointed in something, you're upset, or whether or not you actually lose something, it can be really hard. And so being able to take something from that and start something positive, or just keep on living, is really important. So thank you, folks, for staying here and for hanging out with us. Without further ado, let's meet our next patient. I'm very excited to see what she has going on. I've never had an aquatic animal in here before, which is very cool. That's new. We always like something new, but we also appreciate things that are old. So let's, everyone, give a big round of applause for Pearl. Oh, Pearl, because you got the pearl.
Yes, I wear pearls, yes.
That's adorable. I like that. Okay, that's a lot of fun. Well, Pearl, I'm Dr. Fitzpatrick, as you know. Why don't you just start us off by telling everybody what's up with you? Why'd you come see us today?
Oh, well, don't even worry about it. I'll make it quick for you. It's my tail. You see, it's gone all gammy, so it's really not a problem. You just have to send me back to the aquarium, okay?
GAMMY tail. I've never heard of this one. Can you describe to me what that is?
It's gone gammy, and it's sort of like if you had a tail that worked, it doesn't.
Okay, so you could even say fish gone gammy.
Fish gone gammy, yes.
Understood. Well, Pearl, you seem pretty quick with your solution there. Typically when people come onto the show, they give us their piece of information, tell us what's going on, share some of their feelings, and then we sort of work through it together. You say that you need to be sent back to the aquarium?
Yes, yeah, the Newport Aquarium and Rehabilitation Facility. It's where I've lived my whole life, you see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Well, Pearl, let's circle back a little bit before we get into that.
To the tail?
To the tail.
Yeah.
So you've spent a lot of time at the rehabilitation center, which sounds positive. But when you were there, your tail went gammy.
Oh no, my tail was perfectly fine in the facility. Actually, it worked better than it ever has, but then they decided to put me in the Pacific Ocean, and now suddenly my tail has gone gammy, so I think I should go back to my nice tank.
Okay. Well, Pearl, a tank certainly sounds nice, but the Pacific Ocean, isn't that where fish are supposed to be?
Well, some fish, yes, but not Pearl. Pearl doesn't go in the ocean. Pearl goes in her isolated tank where no one touches or bothers Pearl.
Oh, geez. Okay. That's gonna be tough. That's okay. Well, Pearl, that sounds like a lovely place. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the rehabilitation center?
Oh, yes. Well, every single day they'd give me nice feed, and my friend Bernard, he would give all these tours to people, and they'd look in and go, oh, how pretty she is. You know, Bernard would always tell them, he'd go, she's the prettiest fish in the whole aquarium. And you know who says that to me in the Pacific Ocean?
Who?
No fish.
Oh.
No fish say that to Pearl. Pearl says that to Pearl, and it's not the same as when Bernard says it.
Well, Pearl, have you put some effort into maybe making friends with some other fish? Maybe developing a relationship that could get to a point where maybe they would appreciate that kind of thing from you?
Oh, please. Please, I could never. I'm so old at this point. What's the use? What's the use of trying to make any new friends?
Well, Pearl, I would say there's plenty of use. You know, I mean, it sounds like that you're longing for that sort of connection, and so making an effort to establish that kind of connection sounds like that would be right up your alley. Am I making sense?
Kinda. Look, I don't know. Can't you just get a second opinion about my tail?
Yeah, why not? Let's check out Pearl's tail. I haven't looked at a tail before, but let's see what I can do. All right, seems to be moving just fine. You said it went gammy?
Gammy, you say fine. I've been told that I had an immaculate tail, the most pretty tail in the whole freaking aquarium.
Well, I just meant in the medical sense. I think it's a very beautiful tail. Everybody, don't you think it's a very beautiful tail? Well, Pearl, look at that. That's a second opinion, right? That's a lot of people who think your tail's very beautiful.
I like that. Yeah.
Well, Pearl, that's a lot of people who aren't Bernard. I'm sure Bernard's great. Bernard, I'm sure, but a lot of people who aren't Bernard just kind of validated that you have a very beautiful tail. And from what I can tell, I'm not seeing any gammy or any problems that you were saying you had. What's making you feel like you have a gammy tail, or what makes it seem like it's wrong?
Well, when I was in the aquarium, I liked to swim around in circles and do little tricks, and all of a sudden I feel as though I don't really have the energy. I don't really want to, because who am I if I can't share it with my friend, my tale with my friend, my experiences with my friend? Oh, Bernard loved to cheer me on. I'd go like this, and he'd go, yeah.
Well, Bernard sounds great, and that is a very tough, but I think relatable problem. I think a lot of people have trouble making those sorts of connections. And Pearl, I don't want to overstep, so stop me if I say anything crazy.
All right.
But it sounds to me like maybe this gammy tail thing is maybe a way of trying to get back into your comfort zone.
Oh, I guess maybe.
Well, Pearl, I think that's a very natural thing to do, to try and get back to your comfort zone. That's where you feel comfortable, after all. But don't you think that maybe you could maybe grow outside of your comfort zone? I have a thing here in my notebook that might be helpful. Just one moment. Let me...
You guys really like my tail?
Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice, Pearl? And so one time, just being motivational, because this guy is sometimes just, that's what he does, he said that your comfort zone is where you go to learn nothing. And only by being uncomfortable can you either succeed in what you want to do or make a change. Steve Harvey said that. And yeah, he's kind of a silly guy, but I think he was right about that one.
He's my personal hero.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So you like Little Big Shots, where they bring on the kids and they got talents and stuff?
Yes.
That's great. That's great.
Oh my God.
Now, Pearl, wouldn't you agree that maybe Steve Harvey has a point there? That by being out of your comfort zone, you can grow a little bit?
Oh, well, if Steve said it,
Well,
I suppose, yeah.
well, and Pearl, I'm very happy that you're receptive to that, and I want to just give you another little piece of advice that I think won't necessarily help you with the making of connections, but the maintaining of connections. Because making connections, I think, is daunting, but simple. And that really all it is, and people hate to hear this because it's harder than it sounds, but just walking up to people or having the confidence to allow yourself to not really fit in exactly somewhere, or try something that might make you uncomfortable. And once you know those people, I think that there is a important factor in conversation when it comes to relationships. And a lot of people put a lot of emphasis on kind of having the perfect thing to say, or the perfect advice, or saying that your tail looks beautiful. But I want to talk to you about graceful reception. Because when you receive information, or when you just sit there and listen, or just be there with somebody, connections form. And they form very strongly. And Pearl, I think that if you're willing to put yourself out there, jump in the Pacific Ocean, maybe meet a stingray or something, whatever fish are out there, then I think maybe just by being the kind of person that you would want to be with, being Bernard for someone else, then I think that'll come right back to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I suppose it does. Look, I appreciate everything you've said, Doctor. I'll be honest, I don't think I've wanted to change for a long, long time. You know, when people feed you nice food and they tell you nice things, I think you sit there and you go, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do anything else now. But I suppose I could consider reaching out myself.
I think that's beautiful, and I think that that's very courageous, and I would applaud that courage. Isn't that right, everybody?
Oh, gosh.
And so I'm very happy that you're willing to do that, Pearl. I know it's scary, but by having the courage to just be yourself and kind of see what happens is the only way that you're gonna have the life that you're sort of longing for. And trust me, after a little while of just sticking to this, being yourself, being the courageous you that you are, I think you're gonna be very comfortable in the Pacific Ocean. And before we say goodbye, before we wrap this up, I know that Bernard is very important to you.
Yeah.
And I know that it's very hard to lose someone like that. Somebody who makes you feel special.
It is.
And I find that it can be kind of helpful, even if Bernard can't hear us. I mean, maybe he's watching the show. But to say the things you would want to say to Bernard anyway.
Well,
Maybe a last few words to Bernard before you're ready to start something new.
I guess I'd say, Bernard, all those years we shared together, all those years where you were my companion, you were bolstering a very shy person. You know, there was a time when I was new to the aquarium, and I didn't really know how to make friends, and it was you, Bernard. You were the one who came up to me and said, "Hey, nice scales." And ever since that day, I've been different. I really have. So to be that for someone else, that's a true gift. And I see you in every part of me. Our friendship has guided me and made me a more loving and aware person. So if I don't see you again, thank you, Bernard. And I hope you're well.
Everybody, please, thank you. Pearl, I think that was beautiful, what you just said, and I think if Bernard could hear us now, he would think the same thing. Before you go, I just want to let you know that you're always welcome to come back here and talk. I don't know how difficult it is to get here from the Pacific Ocean, but
It's hard.
Okay, maybe we can send a boat, maybe.
Okay, it's like 3 boats and then like a truck transport. It took so long, Doctor.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, no, maybe we'll set it up. Or maybe we can do like a Zoom thing.
Yeah, okay.
All right, cool. We'll do like a Zoom thing.
Yeah.
And Pearl, please come back. I'd love to hear whenever you feel like coming back. I'd love to hear how this progress is coming along. I'd like to hear what kind of fish friends you've made out in the Pacific Ocean. Does that sound good?
That sounds great, Doctor.
Fantastic. Please, everyone, one more round of applause for Pearl, who is so brave to come and talk to us. Thank you, everyone, and good night.
Oh, it's so much fun to be someone in this world again. Oh, to have and hold a friend. Oh, it's so much joy to make and to destroy in this world.